You're broke, but you're stacking altcoins like it's going to save your life. Let's talk about it. Because I see way too many people with $20 in their savings account and $5,000 in meme coins praying for a bull run. I see portfolios that look more like Vegas bets than investment strategies. I see people calling it diversification when they're just buying every pump and dump token they saw trending on Twitter. So here's the brutal truth. You don't have a crypto strategy. You have a hope addiction. Let's fix that. Today, we're going to answer one simple, dangerous, and controversial question. How much crypto should be in your portfolio? Not what your favorite influencer told you. Not what your Discord said. Not what your cousin who made 6 figures on Doge swears by. I'm talking about what actually makes sense, if you care about building wealth instead of chasing dopamine hits. Because here's the reality. Crypto is not the whole cake. It's a slice. A hot, spicy, potentially explosive slice. But if you're baking your future on it, you're setting the kitchen on fire. So let's lay the foundation. Your investment portfolio is your lifeline. It's not a toy. It's not an arcade. It's not a fantasy board where your dreams magically appear because you believe in decentralization. It's your future. And if your future is built on 80% volatility and 20% prayer, you're not investing. You're playing financial Russian roulette. Let me say this as clearly as possible. For 90% of people, crypto should be between 1 and 10% of your entire portfolio. Period. Why? Because crypto is still speculative. It is still unregulated in many areas. It's still driven by hype cycles, whale manipulation, and internet emotion more than actual cash flow. It's a sandbox, not a skyscraper. And if you're putting your life savings in that sandbox, hoping it turns into a fortress, you're gonna get buried. Let's break this down by risk tolerance. If you're ultra-conservative, you shouldn't even touch crypto until your foundation is solid. That means you have an emergency fund. That means you're not in debt. That means you have real income and real savings. Then, and only then, you can tiptoe into crypto with 1 to 3% of your portfolio. Think of it as your financial spice rack. A little heat, not a full-on ghost pepper meltdown. If you're moderately aggressive, you might go up to 5 to 10%. That gives you exposure to upside while keeping your downside survivable. You can benefit if things moon. But if it tanks, and it will at some point, you won't be sobbing into your ramen noodles, wondering how you're going to pay rent. If you're putting more than 10% of your net worth into crypto, you better have nerves of steel, a backup plan, and at least 2 streams of income. Otherwise, you're not a risk-tolerant investor. You're a reckless gambler wearing an investor costume. Let's talk about that gambler mentality for a second. because this is where people go off the rails. You saw someone turn $1,000 into $100,000 on Shiba. Now you think that's the move. You think the next altcoin is your golden ticket. So you skip building your stock portfolio. You ignore real estate. You blow off retirement accounts. You don't even look at your expenses. You just ape into crypto and hope. That's not investing. That's desperation. And here's the truth they don't want to tell you. You can still make real money in crypto with 5% of your portfolio. You don't have to YOLO into every launchpad coin. You don't have to stake your rent money on meme tokens. With just a small allocation, you can still get serious upside, if, and only if, you're smart about it. So, what should that crypto portion actually look like? First, stop buying 20 coins you can't explain. Pick 2 to 5 projects max. Start with Bitcoin and Ethereum, the OGs. They're not perfect, but they're proven. From there, choose a few altcoins with actual utility, strong development, and long-term roadmaps. Not because they are cheap. Not because they're undervalued. But because they solve real problems and have real communities. Second, understand your exit strategy. If you 3x or 5x your investment, what's the plan? You taking profits? Rebalancing? Or just diamond handing your way back to zero? Because that's what most people do. They watch it go up, and then they watch it crash. If you're not locking in wins, you're not building wealth. You're just watching numbers move. Third, keep your crypto secure. Cold wallets. Hardware wallets. Two-factor authentication. If you're leaving your coins on some random exchange because you're too lazy to move them, you're asking to be hacked. One rug pull, one phishing email, one fat-fingered mistake, and boom, your portfolio is gone. Fourth, pay your taxes. No one talks about this, but the IRS and CRA absolutely will. If you make $20,000 on a trade and don't report it, guess what? They'll find out. Don't get caught up in the fantasy that crypto is invisible. It's not. And if you want to build the future, you can't start by cheating the system you live in. Now, let's talk about what happens if you do this right. Let's say you've got $10,000 in total investments. You put $9,000 into stocks, ETFs, bonds, or maybe some real estate REITs. You put $1,000 into crypto. If that crypto goes to zero, you're still 90% intact. If it 10x's, you now have $10,000 from that tiny slice. Boom! You win both ways. That's called asymmetric risk. Small downside, massive upside. This is how the pros do it. Venture capitalists, hedge funds, they don't go all in. They take small bets with big potential and build solid floors underneath. That's the playbook you should be following. Not how many dog coins can I buy with this week's paycheck. So how much crypto should you have in your portfolio? The amount you can afford to lose without losing your mind. The amount that still lets you sleep at night. The amount that makes you feel excited about the upside, but not paralyzed by the downside. Most people overestimate the short term and underestimate the long term. You want to get rich overnight? Go buy a lottery ticket. You want to build wealth that actually lasts? Then crypto is a part, not the whole. Start treating your portfolio like a business. Like a fortress. Like your freedom depends on it, because it does. This is compound state. We're not here to hype coins. We're here to wake you up.